Kick it away.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone. The Bills come to the line to start their opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and very short, Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartment in game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it. And often put the ball up for grabs.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Josh Jacobs. 34 yards into this football game. Already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that way.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. A short kick taken at the 18. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson flushed out right. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Jets will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And a second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Prescott to throw it. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey.
Another day, another dollar.
Touchdown, Jets. Travis Kelsey, 31 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. (21-0) our score after 1. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Trey Flowers picks it. And the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up
And he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Prescott.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys.
The battle for it, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Credit the tackle for loss to Robert Quinn. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Allen. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashaun Gibson, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
A.J. Epinesa
in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Play action now. Prescott escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. High throw, but he makes the catch.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando on this first half of action. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case,
touchdown. It's complete. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Jets are able to add on to their first half lead.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And that makes the score 28-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Jackson now to return.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he's able to get